Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Thursday, May 16th, 2024. I hope all you guys and gals can see me because I can't even see myself. There's something wrong here. Anyway, so with that, let me know if you can see me real quick. And we got so much stuff to talk about. I don't even know where to start. How about the markets? Let's just get our heads around that. Earlier today, all three major averages were higher. The Dow broke 40,000. Thanks, Lava. Thanks, Magic. The Dow had broke 40,000 for the first time ever. However, we couldn't close with a gain, basically flat. I'm talking about a fractional losses for the major averages today. Um, Gold and silver mixed, but relatively flat. It was kind of a flat day, pretty much across the board. The market's digesting what is happening here, and it's kind of an amazing thing. I want to share something with all of you that maybe you don't know, maybe you do know, but we've spoken about some of this before. To date this year, every single major corporation has laid off people, some of them thousands of people. We said this would happen at the end of last year, and Wall Street is rewarding or has rewarded these companies, these corporations, for laying people off. It's a very sad, in my view, kind of a situation here. People are stuck in this inflationary environment, and it is not going to stop. As a matter of fact, a phenomenon is occurring here that we need to talk a little more about. Let's cover that just real quick before we move forward. I have so much stuff to talk about. Mitch, thank you. The situation is this: the Federal Reserve, other central banks around the world colluding with whatever leader is sitting behind the desk at that point, have inflated the global debt to a point where it's beyond a nightmare. Okay, now sticking with the Federal Reserve more specifically here. Okay, easy money policies, Greenspan put, now the Fed put. All this is just going to make the situation a lot worse. There's so many underlying facets to this as we move forward. But it was only a matter of time. Really, I've actually described it like this. With regard to the inflation that we're seeing now around the world, when central banks do what they have done, what they've really done here is, since the market meltdown 2008, Ben Bernanke, the one I spit on, his picture, which seemed to offend some of you. We'll talk more about that in a moment. This was yesterday. I didn't plan to spit on the picture. I just got enraged and I saw its face. I spit on. All right, look, just it's like a knee jerk, kind of thing here. Anyway, so there's always a price to pay for this, and central banks have been well aware of it because we spoke about it in those terms. It's kind of like a missile that gets launched in one other part of the world, and it can't be stopped. At one point, it's going to impact. And that's what we're seeing now. Central banks realize the situation they put us in. It was never appropriate, as the Fed said, with regard to, keeping inflation at bay. They knew where this was going since day one. You and I called it out. Central banks around the world, the same thing. So we're seeing this phenomenon here of inflation. Now, it's starting to manifest itself in import prices as well. Just a matter of time before the inflation that we exported was going to come back to us. And there are a few facets to that, too, that we need to talk about. Roberto, thank you. Yeah, I get it with regard to the picture. I could have done a lot worse. People have said to me, Greg, you didn't go too far. Anyway, we'll talk about that in a minute. So anyway, just understanding where we are now. And again, you and I called this out from a long, long time ago, where this is going, and the grand scheme behind it, the current system being taken apart, people being destroyed with that. It's an incredible situation, and we have no representation. None of our loving, caring representatives are going to stand up to this. They understand clearly what's going on here. They can't tell you. No one's going to tell you. All you're going to hear is from people running for president and want to be presidents and whatever it might be, is, again, about a weaker dollar, about more debt, about empowering the Federal Reserve, making sure corporate America gets richer while it gets sucked. You see, wealth is not infinitely divisible. it gets pulled right out of you. You understand that? And gets pushed right up to the 1 and 2 percenters. There's no such thing as trickle down, all right, except for maybe Janet Yellen's Depends, where it just trickles down her legs, of course. But that's it, okay? There's no such thing. I mean, you hear someone talking about it, they're lying to you. Diaper Man, yeah, there too. So I really want you to understand what's happening before we move forward with what we're about to talk about. Actually, let's start doing that. And I want to cover this real quick. So I ran these two things earlier. Let's start off with this. Do you believe that government data being put out by the mainstream media regarding inflation and the economy is accurate? 97% of you said the data is propaganda. 2% of you believe it's accurate. Maybe they read the question wrong. And 1% said other. Okay, lovely. Now, with regard to me, because this seems to have gotten a lot of attention from people. And again, I didn't plan to spit on the picture of Ben Bernanke. I was just compelled to do it. All right. It just happened. So I wrote here, some people said that me spitting on that picture of Ben Bernanke yesterday during my live stream was going too far. My question was, do you agree? 9% of you said it was going too far. 9%. Okay. All right. As I said, I didn't plan it, but 81% of you said absolutely not. Greg did not go far enough. 10% said other. And again, with me, this is a coping mechanism. All right. And I'm going to hope that I don't get hit with that again. Let's cut to the chase here with regard to what's happening here. Again, this is just, we got a lot to talk about. China, this is no secret here. China has been dumping U.S. debt for a long time, but now they're dumping it in record amounts. So let me ask you, who's buying? Who's buying it? Because there has to be a seller on the other side, a seller and a buyer. That's how a transaction works. And I'm going to give you one guess as to who's buying all the debt. It's the Federal Reserve. And that's where we're seeing rates drop as they are, even though China's dumping debt like there's no tomorrow. And look at this headline here. It's lovely, isn't it? Amid signs of diversification, there's no diversification here. China, can you blame any nation on earth for wanting to disconnect themselves from the dollar? All we've done is export our inflation to the world. Now it's coming back to us. And here, I'm going to show you something. This is something else I wanted to talk to you about. So U.S. import prices, you see this? U.S. import prices rise by the most in 2 years in April. This is the inflation that we've exported now coming back home. Jeffrey, thank you. It's a joke, exactly. And the joke is on us, unfortunately. So you got China here dumping U.S. debt. They want nothing to do with the dollar. Can't blame them. I don't want anything to do with it either. Every opportunity that I get to get out of the dollar into something else, I'll take it. You know what I'm saying? It's a dying asset. It's a dying asset. And again, the inflation that we've exported is starting to come back. And let me ask you, who do you think pays for this? These import prices are increased by the most in 2 years. Are you trying to tell me, someone, I dare you to tell me that the Federal Reserve didn't see this coming either, because we knew it was coming. We knew this was coming from years and years ago. It was just a matter of time before all those extra bills, in whatever form they exist, move through the economy. Again, we have a money velocity, or the rate at which cash is moving through the economy. It's kicking up now, and that's some of the reason why we're seeing this. But we were recently at historic lows. It takes a long time for all those bills to make its way through the economy. No president wants to see that. Again, this is why this current imbecile is inflating, why Trump inflated beyond belief, Obama inflated beyond belief. They just didn't see it coming. They thought they'd just wait. They'll pass it on to the next one. They'll pass it on to the next one. Although some people running for presidents want even more of it, and that would unfortunately be Trump, who wants more inflation, weaker dollar, more rate suppression by the Fed. And it's not going to change no matter. And it's not, again, the current guy is the ultimate puppet. Doesn't know which way is up or down. Trump, on the other hand, is not stupid, but he's making sure he gets pretty wealthy off of this situation, much more wealthy than he's ever been. You and I, it's going to get sucked right out of us. Anyway, here we go. It's coming home to roost, people. Here we go. Now let us move forward. Now I want to speak about this. Is kind of interesting, and it might disgust you. In fact, I hope it does. So we understand these inflation reports here, how abysmal they were. But the New York Fed, this John Williams, the New York Fed president, you ever see this man? He's a hulking, big, massively overweight individual with a smug smile on his face. He said the data was positive. It was positive. Now, here, New York Fed President John Williams said April's inflation data was positive. Meanwhile, we have inflation twice as high as any of their predictions. So who is it positive for? If we understand, you and me, that the Fed's goal is to inflate, to have world leaders, whoever gets stuck behind the resolute desk or selected, to say, hey, we want a weaker dollar. It's going to be great. And we want suppressed rates so we can have more price action distortions across the spectrum of asset classes. Well, if you're one of those, then of course this is fantastic news. Yes, it's positive for the central banks. It's awful for you. The overall price trend looks reasonably good. It's continuing higher. So that's one thing, okay, from the Fed. Here's another one. Here's Mester. Mester, creature, whatever that is. Do you see it? Fedmester says higher rates are here to stay for now. Now, she goes on to say, listen to this. This is verbatim. It said, although it says she said she is particularly attuned to the upside risks of inflation. Additionally, Mester, in case you forgot what it looks like, okay, Mester said she now believes that it will take longer to reach the Fed's 2% goal than she previously thought, because she was telling us it was temporary and it was transitory. And here's something else. And if you don't like it, maybe you should just unsubscribe, because this is not a human being anyway. Not that it doesn't matter. Oh, here's our friend Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon, he sees a lot of inflationary forces in front of us. Yeah, of course he does. Man, I tell you. And of course he can sit back and say, well, I told you so. I told you so. Duh. Now, a couple of other things I want to talk about before we go. Base metal prices, commodity prices, people, they're on the rise. We know this here, and they're going to continue to do so here. We haven't even seen anything yet with the inflationary forces that are in place. Don't take my word for it. I know you like Jamie Dimon more than me. I doubt that. But yeah, he sees a lot of inflationary forces like me and you. And creature. You want to spit on it? Go ahead. Spit all you want. I should light it on fire. Anyway, supply concerns. They're going to throw this at us. I want you to be ready. We've been talking about this scarcity, resource problems. They're not done with us by a long shot. And this is where they're driving us. And this man is correct. Ray Dalio believes there is a 35 to a 40% chance of a civil war in the United States. And this is exactly what they want. I've been telling you this for I don't know how long. They want a violent protest so they can use that as an excuse to take away, to steal away, to extort more of our freedoms and liberties. And some people are going to just deal with it. You understand that? This is what they want. Ray Dalio is 100% correct. Violent protests. We got to find another way to do this, people, because they're going to use it against us. They're going to weaponize it. We can't win. You have to understand that. There's too many sheep, too many people dependent on the system. We need a smart way. And I already told you what it is. We could take down the entire financial institutions if we all just pull our cash out. Pull it out. Shut down the system. What are they going to do? Then maybe they'll say, oh, you know what? Maybe we should start offering people a rate of interest that's higher than the rate of inflation here, the actual rate. You're getting robbed blind anyway by keeping your cash in these institutions, and they're laughing at you. Sure, keep your cash in these things here. They're laughing. They are laughing at all of us here. Can't make it up. You can't make it up. Anyway, look. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Civil war, absolutely. That's what they want. Scarcity, precious metals, commodities. Oh, you're not done. Mester, admitting she was wrong. I spit on her even though. I don't care. If you don't like it, go away. Those 9% of you said that it was going too far. I really don't care. Jamie Dimon sees a lot of inflation moving forward. Oh, Fed President, what's his face, Williams. This was positive. Inflation is rising. It's a fantastic things. Import prices are rising, and they're going to continue to rise as the inflation that we've created and that they've created, not you and me, they've created is coming home to roost. So welcome to this thing and your obviously vastly harder life as prices continue to rise here. Let me see. Oh yeah, and China's dumping more of our debt. But who's buying? Of course, it's the Fed. They have to buy it. And even with China dumping, we've seen quite a phenomenon here with bond yields. It's the Fed. They're buying it all. All right, people. Look, how many subscribers am I going to lose today because I spit on Loretta? I think spitting on Loretta was a nice gesture compared to what we really should be doing. These people, do you realize what they're responsible for? The destruction of entire class of people on a worldwide scale. They've probably caused many people to commit suicide. So if me spitting on a thing's a face like that, a picture of it, offends you, you're seriously in the wrong spot. Maybe you should go someplace else. I'm being straight with you. Okay, I'm being honest with everyone here. I am the most honest, straightforward guy you're ever going to meet. I'll tell you exactly what's on my mind. I don't give a damn. I really don't. But I think all of you pretty much get it. You're all on the same page as I am for the most part. At least, sorry, 81% of you are. Anyway, all right. Look, that's pretty much it, people. I think we're going to call it right now. I'm starting to sweat. My blood pressure's probably going up. Is there anything you guys and girls want to talk about before we go and get out of here? Because I'm going drag racing. I'm taking my challenge at 1320, and I'm going to do some racing. The Copo is going to be ready next week. Low 8-second runs is what I'm hoping to get out of that. And 3 months from now, we're going to be in the 7s. Count on. All right, people. I think that's going to be it for today. All right. Thank you for your support, your love, and everything else. I need you guys and girls. And I know I get bent out of shape sometime. And to those of you that don't like me spitting on Ben Bernanke's picture or Loretta, I don't know what to tell you. I just can't help myself, and I don't think I really need to. I think it was a nice gesture. Jay Gunn, thank you. Exactly, man. Exactly. Lions don't concern themselves with the opinions of sheep. That's totally true. Absolutely freaking true. All right, people. Look at this. Nice thumbs up today. I didn't even have to ask for it, but thank you, people. Honestly. SK, thank you. Keep doing it. Yeah. Somebody asked me about cash and carry. Am I going to spit on his picture? Yeah. I'm going to spit on his picture too. So what can I tell you? Yeah. Goolsby is another one. Let me ask you, what offends you more? Being lied to? Being propagandized? Amram, thank you. Being deceived? The destruction of society, this inflationary environment, which is deliberate. Oh, what does that offend you more than me spitting on the picture that I printed? If I did it in real life, that would be assault. But I can spit. We are allowed to spit on pictures and throw darts at them and light them on fire and whatever else you want to do with them. Yeah, I think most of you would say that. I mean, they're not even human beings, okay? Whatever they are, they're things, they're creatures. In my opinion, they come from the deepest, darkest part of hell. And they're extorting us, our freedoms, our liberties out of us. And that doesn't offend you, really? Spitting does? Something wrong with some people out here, people. Honestly. Really, really, really is. All right. Clever custom performance. Thank you. Thank you all so much. Anyway, yeah. Whoa, look at these thumbs up. You guys are good. I love you. I know I love all of you so much. Thank you for everything. And I want to get out of here before I really blow my stock off or something. Anyway, I will see all of you tomorrow morning. Follow me on Instagram. I am going to post some videos later from the track. There's a link in the description of this video from my Instagram. I'm going to be putting out a lot of cool stuff over there, especially when they get the Copo. So you get to see some races tonight if you follow me on Instagram. I'll post it right after the run. All right. This guy loves all of you, and I know you love me back. Even those that 9% of you that said I shouldn't have spit on Ben's picture. Who's worse, Ben or Loretta? I think they're equally bad in my view, along with Cash and Carry and all the other freaks out there. Cash and Carry swallows. Can I say that? I'm just reading what D. Anderson said. All right, look, I'm out of here. People, I'll see you in the morning. Until that time, take care of yourselves and take care of each other, all right?